Hi guys. Wow, it is day 12, leg day, and my only quiet place on a Friday to go live to you guys is in my car. So that's where we get to talk about leg day and the habit of the day, self-sabotage. So we have been building all kinds of amazing habits over the last 12 days. It's pretty awesome. We have been working out. We've been getting stronger. I used 25-pound dumbbells in each hand. That means I squatted 50 pounds. I never would have been able to do that before. And that's only on day 11. The most I was ever able at my best to do before was 20. So that's a huge jump for a lot of moves. And I'm really, really proud of that. At the same time, this morning, I was making my Friday treat for my kids, which is Trina chocolate spread on their sandwiches. And I just licked that spoon. I did. I just licked it. And that is not on plan. And that is that first step of self-sabotage, where I would not have even considered licking that spoon until this morning. That little bit, when even you know it's working and you know you're doing your best and you know you're feeling great and you're having all kinds of victories, all of a sudden you do something to sabotage yourself. So for somebody, it might be getting on the scale. And no matter what that says, no matter how their clothes feel, no matter how many non-scale victories they've had, they'll want to throw it away. For some people, that will be just rewarding themselves with food. Like, I've been doing so well, I completely deserve a day off. I've been doing so well, I can totally take a break. I can take a step back. I can take a day off. We all have these secret refrains that go in our head that justify self-sabotage, because that's what they are. They are a habit of self-sabotage. You are not alone. We all suffer from this. Nobody does not suffer from this. Here's the beauty of 80-day obsession, guys. Okay? We all suffer from self-sabotage. But when we band together and we say, these are habits, we are building habits. We are not focused on building willpower. We're focused on making things so automatic that willpower is not necessary. So even as I licked that spoon, immediately my head came in and said, hey, where does that fit in your containers right now? You don't have a teaspoon at this moment. And the spoon just went down. It wasn't a willpower choice. It was, oh, this is what I eat at this time of day. That's not on that. Moving on. And that was, wow, mind blown. I actually made my husband breakfast this morning. I'm going to be so embarrassed when he watches this. I got him up and I was like, oh, look, I made you this amazing breakfast. Okay, here's the thing. I'm so used to making a certain combination of food first thing in the morning. It is now autopilot. I just get up, I put the spinach and the mushrooms in the pan, I add the eggs, I heat the toast, and then I remembered, uh-oh, it's Friday, I don't work out till the afternoon, I can't eat my pre-workout meal now. So I didn't just put it in the fridge for later. I said, oh, I can add another slice of toast because my husband eats more than me, and some extra vegetables, and I'll make him a nice breakfast. But really, it all started because it's become habit to make certain food at certain times of the day in certain container counts, so that I don't have to, use willpower in order to achieve the goal. And again, it's working because those moments happen, right? Because I know, I'm starting to get a little hungry because I had leg day and I lifted 50 pounds, 2 25-pound weights. That's insane for me. For somebody who started 18 months ago using 2-pound weights and dying, to be, say, in 18 months, I've built up to lifting 50 pounds is incredible without bulking up, without getting bigger, actually getting smaller and eating more than I've ever eaten in my life. But it's habit. It's the habit of doing things in a certain time of day, in a certain way, with reward. And this is the number one key to avoiding self-sabotage. gratitude, appreciation for the habits. Once it becomes a habit, we don't feel like we deserve a reward for it because it's a habit. But that's our mistake. Habits only stay habits when we get something out of it. When we're rewarding ourselves. And if we're not rewarding ourselves and we're not appreciating our behavior, we self-sabotage. Self-sabotage means our brain, our basal ganglia right there in the back, has an old habit that's saying it's going to give us way more pleasure than the thing we're doing now. So when I licked that spoon this morning, I was thinking, I haven't had any chocolate chips. I haven't even had desire to open my freezer and take chocolate chips in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. But they remember that habit, that pleasure of, oh, have a really busy, stressful morning, lick chocolate. So immediately my brain was like, oh, I better plan in my day for my healthy hot chocolate and put that in my next meal, right? I got to do something to make sure I'm getting pleasure out of what I'm doing right now, because we all say we want to be happy, but happiness isn't pleasure. Happiness is appreciating everything you have right now and not wanting more. The fact of the matter is we self-sabotage because we always want more than we have. And it's hard freaking work to be happy with what you have. That's where all the joy of life is, but it's hard. And none of us has it down. So if you want to avoid self-sabotage, if I want to avoid self-sabotage, I have to really work on appreciating what I have right now. So I was not even going to take out the 25s. I saw Autumn was going to use 25. I'm like, I have time. It's an 80-day program. Why should I kill myself today? I'm like, fine. You know what? I could probably squat. That one move, I could probably do with 25. So I'll just take them out just in case. And then I just got in the habit, without thinking of it, over the last 11 days of matching whatever she uses. So in the move, she picked up 25. I just picked up 25. And then if I lifted and it felt too heavy, I went down to 20. But then her arms got tired and she had to switch down. I didn't. Sorry, Autumn. Every time you complain that your body can't build muscle easily and you have to push twice as hard, I'm the one you hate, because my body puts on muscle amazingly. And I hate you every single time you say how if you don't work at it, your body just loses weight, no problem, and you lose all your muscle mass, because I secretly am the girl with curly hair who wishes she has your straight hair. And you're the girl with straight hair who wishes you had my awesome curly hair. Okay? That's life. I am really working on being happy with what I have. Really working on it. And working on increasing the pleasure I have in being happy with what I have, so that I'm not constantly looking to break my habits to look for where the next big hit of pleasure comes from. Instead, increasing my pleasure in appreciating what the habits are doing for me and making sure I'm getting that reward to be more and more pleasurable. This is how all the food companies use junk food against us, guys. How do they get you to buy fast food every week from when you make a once-in-a-while stop for pizza? Because when you go and you're driving home and you're late and you don't want to make dinner and you stop for pizza, you get so much reward. You save the time on the cooking. Your kids were happy because it was junk food and it tastes delicious. You were happy because it was junk food and it tastes delicious. And ding, 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 all the pleasure, all the reward signals go off. So automatically your body looks to get that more and more and more, and all of a sudden you're having pizza 3 times a week, or instead of once a month, once a week. And here's the crazy thing about habits, that if that pizza place closes, you don't actually turn and go to a burger place. The habit completely breaks down because it was associated with that one thing. Every time we reward ourselves by owning our success in every single workout. Every time I come live and I tell you about the habit of the day, I am cementing that habit in my brain as habit. I can't even think about not coming live now to tell you about the workout and the habit, because it's as if it didn't happen. Right? That's taking the power of social media. That's taking the power of the picture generation, right? And using it to our advantage. The power of a habit harnessed for our success, instead of all the big corporations and all the food companies using it against us to just get us to buy their stuff. here's the cool thing, right? Facebook, Instagram, they're giving us pleasure every time someone says like, right? Huge things of pleasure. That's why we go into Facebook so many times a day. Here's the thing, what we do. We take the power of Facebook and we say, okay, you get pleasure out of getting people to like your posts or comment something. We're going to have a private secret Facebook group where we can post our picture that we did our workout every day to all these people who understand exactly what we're talking about. And every time we post, up to 6 times a day, you want to post your food, you want to post your workout, you want to post your habit that you learned of the day. Great. You're getting pleasure, which is cementing the good habit instead of cementing the bad habit of just wasting time. Because if you're not doing something, you don't have anything to say, because these groups are not like the Instagram of our lives where we talk about only the good things. It's the crap things that we talk about too, and the struggle that makes the brag worthwhile. So it doesn't matter whether you're part of our habit pod or our challenge group or whatever you want to call it, working on your habits, or you're doing it at home. The point of the matter is you need to learn how to increase your pleasure. I need to learn how to increase my pleasure in the stuff that I'm doing, in the habits that I'm building. So a few ways that I've been doing that have really been working, okay? The first is that I call my success partner after I finish my workout, and she calls me or we text each other with like something good like that we did, and then we'll share it to the group. But I know that she really cares and she knows I really care. So again, we're just getting that validation that feels really good. Someone appreciated how hard I worked, what I did. Okay, the second thing I do is I have something yummy right after my workout. So I have a piece of fruit and it's sweet and it goes ding, ding, ding to all those brain cells that say workout pleasure. Okay, next thing I started doing is the foam rolling. For a week I've been foam rolling after my workout and feeling those tight muscles like start to unwind. Ding, 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 pleasure. Now workout pleasurable. That extra 10 minutes I'm spending eating my fruit, all of a sudden I'm making time for that in my schedule, even though I could have sworn to you I did not have time, because it feels so good. Eating at the right times of day. Every time the alarm goes off, it's like, ooh, food time. And food is pleasurable. So eating the right food and then feeling energized and then actually getting hungry for my next meal so I get to do it again. Because if you're not hungry, you don't get the same pleasure out of food. So the fact that I'm eating more often, but the right amount so that I get hungry so I get pleasure, is feeding this habit loop, which is making it more easy to get the results and to be successful. Also seeing the gains in the workout, seeing that I went from doing 5 tricep push-ups to 15 tricep push-ups in a span of, 10 days. And now to be able to lift a 25-pound weight, 2 of them, that is hard work paying off. And when hard work pays off, it creates those ding, 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 ding pleasure buttons. It is so hard as a parent to create those habits and pleasures for your kids without using just food. And I struggle with it too. Mea culpa, guys. I do Skittles to get my kids to do different Torah at the table, and then I try to like change it up so they don't always know that it's food, because that's kind of the key with food. If they always know it's food, then the food becomes the reward and it gets messed up. But it's hard to find those other things that they don't just associate with money or food. It's hard because it's also hard for ourselves. But we can say, oh, I'll foam roll, or I'll meditate, or I'll give myself a manicure. But to do that for our kids is also really difficult. So it's something we have to think about how we can solve it for ourselves, because then we get to transmit that to the people in our lives and help them find pleasure in the habits that we want them to be building and that they want to build for themselves. So it's a challenge and it's not easy, and I don't have an answer for you guys. This is the only thing that works, because sometimes I rely on food too and it bothers me, but it's something that is physical reaction, right? We get such a good feeling out of food, so I try to make a healthier food. We try to talk about other things, but again, it's something I'm still working on. And if you guys have any ideas, I am completely open to hearing them. Stickers have been work on and off. Different kinds of rewards, money, computer time. I just would love ideas that are more positive than any of those things, but we'll see, right? We'll keep trying, work in progress. So have an amazing Shabbos, guys. I am really, really, really going to work on having pleasure in the habits that have already been built this Shabbos, so I don't feel like cheating and I don't feel like self-sabotaging, because I know how much joy I'm getting out of the process. So that's really going to be my focus, so I could start week 3 really strong. Saturday night is the last night. Sunday is rest day. And then Monday, we kick back into gear. So I will continue with these habits. If you think someone could benefit from this program, share the link of this video. If you have any comments that will help me on my journey, I love to hear them. Otherwise, just have the most amazing, spiritual, meaningful Shabbat.